Okay, you are not going to believe this. February 1st, 2025, just a few months ago,
Yeah.
a national commentator on TV actually said Steph Curry should not be an all-star.
Seriously. Not even an all-star.
Not even in the conversation. Said guys like Kyrie Irving, Devin Booker, De'Aaron Fox were having better seasons.
Oh, okay.
Better than Steph. Now think about right now. Just think about the last few weeks. The stuff we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, it's been unreal.
It's superhuman, rewind the highlights kind of stuff. Can you actually fathom someone saying that about this Steph Curry?
Well, it's pretty wild how fast things change, isn't it? And that's what we're diving into today.
Exactly.
This explosion in Steph Curry's play. It's like, well, the title says it.
Yeah.
Steph Curry has gone mad when doubting him goes horribly wrong.
Perfect title.
Because doubting him back then, oof, aged like milk in the sun, basically. This isn't just, a hot streak. It's a big reminder about underestimating true greatness.
Yeah, and how quickly you can look foolish doing it.
And it all traces back to that statement in February.
It really does. So yeah, our mission today, figure out what was fueling those doubts, earlier in the season and what lit the fuse for this insane return to.
Well, it looks like MVP form, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, using that February 1st comment as, like, our jumping off point.
So let's go back there. February 1st. Kyrie, Booker, Fox. They were supposedly having better seasons at that specific moment. Do you remember people talking like that? Did it ever feel like, I don't know, that Curry was slipping, even a little?
Well, mid-season takes can be tricky. People look at raw stats sometimes.
Yeah, just the numbers.
Exactly, without maybe digging into the team situation. And back then, the team context was totally different. Curry was carrying a massive load offensively.
Okay, right. And this is where the whole narrative just gets flipped on its head. About, 30 games ago now?
Roughly, yeah.
The big shift happens. They trade for Jimmy Butler, the turning point.
And our analysis shows the impact on Steph. It was immediate, like night and day. It just shut down any question about him being an all-star.
The numbers back that up, right?
Completely. Since Butler arrived, Curry is averaging over 27 points, nearly 6 assists, 4 boards, and the efficiency. Through the roof.
Those huge games, too.
Oh, yeah. We're talking monster performances. 50 against the Grizzlies, 50 against the Magic. Huge nights against the Clippers, the Nuggets.
And those last 2 wins especially.
Yeah, he looked, what was the word used? Unguardable. I loved that.
It felt accurate, didn't it? But, context matters. Butler coming in, that's a huge piece.
How so? Exactly. What did that change?
Well, think about it. Curry draws so much attention. Having another elite guy and another scorer, another playmaker like Butler, it just takes some of that pressure off.
Right. Creates
space, creates easier looks, opportunities that just, they weren't really there before the same way.
Makes sense. And speaking of attention, remember all the talk before the Rockets game about Amen Thompson?
Oh, yeah, the supposed Steph Curry stopper.
Exactly. People were pointing to that one game earlier where Thompson apparently held him to, 3 points?
That was the narrative.
But the feeling now seems to be, and I totally agree, that the whole idea of one guy being a Steph Curry stopper, it's kind of a myth, isn't it?
I think that's fair. I mean, look, some defenders might match up well. They might have a good game plan, execute it perfectly for one night.
Sure, it happens.
But Curry, his biggest weapon, maybe, is how he adapts. He figures things out. If you take away one thing, he finds another way.
And we're seeing that, right? Like, the analysis points out against guys like Eubanks or even Brooks who try to run him off the three-point line.
He's getting to the rim more.
Exactly. He's driving, using that threat of the jumper to open up lanes. And then it's not just scoring either.
No, the playmaking, too.
Yeah. There was that play, Green set the screen, right? And Curry's coming off it, and both VanVleet and Adams jump out to double him off the pass.
Leaving someone wide open.
Leaving Buddy Hield completely alone. Now, okay, maybe Hield doesn't always make it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But the panic Curry creates, that's what generated the look. It's like, have you noticed how defenses just seem to, bend and break just trying to track him, even when he doesn't have the ball?
That is the Steph Curry effect. It's more than just stats. You know, his movement, the threat of him shooting from anywhere, it just warps the defense.
Warps is a good word.
Yeah, you get double teams, sometimes triple teams, way off the ball.
Yeah.
And that means someone else is open. It's like gravity, basically.
It's funny, the analysis compared it to Lionel Messi in soccer.
Oh, interesting comparison. How so?
Just that his presence alone, him just being on the field, forces the other team to change everything. it causes breakdowns.
That makes sense. The constant attention he demands.
Yeah. And there was that great example with GP2 setting screens. Defenses are so worried about Curry getting the ball high.
They blitz him.
Right. So GP2 just slips the screen, rolls to the hoop, and suddenly it's like a 4-on-3 situation starting from half court.
Because 2, maybe even 3 defenders are occupied with Curry.
It really shows you the strategic problems he causes that go way beyond just, can he score 30 tonight?
Absolutely. That dimension, the off-ball impact, the way he elevates the whole team's offense, you don't always see that in a standard box score. It's a multiplier effect.
Okay, so let's think back again before Butler got there. The analysis really highlights the load Curry was carrying.
It was immense.
Always the main guy, constant double teams, getting beaten up physically night after night, and, you know, the mental side too. Knowing the team probably wasn't like a real title contender back then.
Imagine that grind. The physical toll, sure, but also the mental fatigue. Knowing you have to be perfect almost every night for the team to even have a chance.
That's gotta wear you down.
No question. So Butler arriving, yeah, he's another great player, but it's also that feeling of relief, maybe, renewed hope. That mental boost can be just as important as anything he does on the court.
And it feels like that belief, that shift, it just unlocked something in Steph, didn't it?
It really seems like it.
It's not just about Butler being there, it's that feeling, maybe subconscious, that, okay, now we really have a shot.
The whole dynamic changes.
And the analysis makes a great point, even before the scoring surge, even when the points weren't this high. His playmaking, that gravity we talked about, he was still an elite top-tier player.
Absolutely. His impact was always there.
Which makes those earlier comparisons, like, you know, trying to stack him up against maybe a Norman Powell or even De'Aaron Fox based only on scoring.
It misses the whole picture.
Yeah, the sources basically call it, well, flawed. Idiotic even, because it ignores everything else Curry brings, that unique warping effect he has on the game.
And that really shows the danger of just looking at one stat column, doesn't it? Without the context, without understanding how a player impacts winning, Curry's value is so much more than just points per game.
So I guess the main takeaway here is, well, it's pretty simple, really. Doubting a generational talent like Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't see the full picture, like maybe the lack of help he had earlier, it can make you look pretty foolish and fast.
Very fast in this case.
His ability to adapt, the playmaking, and now this like mental boost from having a stronger team, it's unleashed another level, even at 37.
Incredible to watch. And it makes you think, doesn't it, for you listening? What other athletes have maybe been written off too soon?
Oh, that's a good question.
Only for them to come roaring back and prove everyone wrong? What does this whole Steph thing teach us about, you know, patience and about looking beyond just the surface numbers to see real greatness?
We've really only scratched the surface here, looking at Steph's unbelievable run and, well, the perils of doubting him. If you found this deep dive fascinating, definitely give this analysis a like.
Yeah, subscribe too. We do these kinds of deep explorations all the time.
And let us know in the comments. We really want to hear from you on this. What was the moment, the specific game, the specific play where you realize, okay, Steph is back. He's playing at that MVP level again.